Join me for some Christmas ornament DIYs. This is a wood reindeer ornament that I picked up at a thrift store, but I'm sure that you can probably find it at Hobby Lobby or Joann's or somewhere. I did give it a coat of Waverly White chalk paint, and then I'm using some of this paper ribbon from Dollar Tree. It looks like birch wood, and I have a little happy accident here. So I'm using my iron-on method for Mod Podge, thinking that this paper ribbon is actually paper. Before I do that, I am going to sand around the edges just a little bit just to give it some definition. Now I'm going to apply Mod Podge to the lower half of the reindeer. Once that's dry, I am placing the birch ribbon over the reindeer. Again, just that lower half. I'm going to use a piece of Teflon. Thank goodness I used this. And I'm going to use my little iron and iron that on. This is supposed to help activate the Mod Podge, and then paper will adhere to your project without any wrinkles. However, this paper ribbon is not actually paper, so let's see what happens. It did melt under the iron, and when I pulled it off, lo and behold, it looks like the paper is there. So I'm just kind of looking at it in awe, trying to decide, do I go ahead and Mod Podge the ribbon on, since that was my goal to begin with, or do I leave it like it is? And you could do either way. I just decided to go ahead and use the Mod Podge wet this time and apply the ribbon. The problem with applying the ribbon is that it's like actually made up of different fibers, so it doesn't really sand off with a nice even edge, so I did have to use my little scissors to just trim around the reindeer. I think he turned out really cute. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I just want to invite you to subscribe to my channel, and if you like anything in this video, please give me a thumbs up. That just tells YouTube that you like what you're seeing. For the next project, I have a set of 2 ornaments. These are these little glass pumpkin-looking jars from Dollar Tree, and I'm using some of this wire. So I'm going to remove that twine from the top of each of the jars, and one of the jars will get a coat of Waverly Plaster Chalk Paint. I did give this jar a coat of clear spray paint so that the chalk paint would adhere to the glass a little bit better. Once the paint has dried, I'm going back with a baby wipe, and I'm just going to remove the paint on all of those ridges. Now I'm using some of that floral wire to make a hanger for the top. For the other jar, I just added a wire hanger to the top, and I added some wood beads. I'm going to embellish the top of each of the ornaments with some red berries. The opening is not large enough for a tea light to go down into, but there are some fairy lights you can order on Amazon that are small enough to fit down in here. For project number 3, I'm using this candy cane ornament from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to remove all the bows and the tinsel. Next, I'm going to be using strips that I have torn of drop cloth and also of some red and white fabric. Now I'm just going to use strips of that drop cloth to wind around the candy canes. I'll use a dab of hot glue at the beginning and end of each one. Once the candy canes are completely covered with the drop cloth, I'm going to use strips of this red and white polka dot fabric to make stripes. I added some greenery at the top to embellish it, and this ornament was ready for the tree. I hope you've enjoyed these Christmas ornament DIYs. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now.